Hey guys, just kind of outlining our next project here. I'll be making some drip oilers for the Atlas lathe. Here's what we had on there. Regular lidded oil cups. Not really the style of the machine anymore. I think the drip oilers are going to look nice on there. Why are we making our own? The most readily available ones from McMaster and off of eBay all start at about 1.5 inch diameter, about 1.5 inch high, and as you can see by our originals that are about 3/4, 7/8 in diameter, we don't have a lot of room, so we're gonna have to make our own. So we got some materials here to work with: 1-inch brass rod, stainless hex, 1/2 inch, some 3/8 stainless bar, some breather vents, a couple thumb screws, some of those oil caps, a little bit smaller, and then some of these ball detent filling caps. Got some plastic, clear plastic tubing, and then up there we got some 1/8 inch felt cord. Maybe we gotta wick these things, maybe we don't. We'll see what happens. So here's what we're looking at. As you can see, we don't have a lot of room up there, only about 1 inch before we start worrying about having to clear the headstock cover. As you can also see, they're set up here for 5/16 press fit. If I can go back in time before I put my spindle back together, I would have drilled and tapped that out to an MPT, maybe an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch MPT, just to get these things on and off a little easier. But hindsight is 20/20, of course, and I'm gonna leave it how it is. At least, unless I got to take this apart again. If I do, then maybe I'll change it up. But for now, we're gonna go with that 5/16 press fit. Keep them about 1 inch in diameter. Something like 1 inch, 1.25 inch high. I think it'll be pretty nice. It'll look proportional to everything going on with this lathe. So here's what I'm thinking for these drip oilers. We'll start out with a little brass bottom cap that'll insert into the headstock. Bore it out as well with the top cap to fit this plastic tubing I got. 7/8 on the outside. I think it's 3/4 on the inside. So 16th wall. Once we compress everything, that should be decent. You know, you're not, hopefully won't be hitting the thing with anything. So I'm gonna use some of that stainless over there to make your post here. Probably one of these to tighten everything together. Then in that stainless, I'll drill a cross hole. Maybe thread that hole with for a set screw. That'll be kind of my metering valve for the thing. And then drill a hole through, so we'll kind of get a little bit of drip going through here this way. If I find that it's going a little too fast, which I don't think it's going to happen, I'll put a little of that felt cord in there as a wick. But like I said, I don't think that's going to be an issue, considering you just had these fill-up caps in there to begin with. I'm also not against, you know, running oil through this thing, just clear out whatever's building up in those bearings, you know. And if I gotta put some oil in it every time I run it, not a big deal. I'm used to my 1940s machines that just kind of run through the stuff. So other than that, yeah, we're doing a lot simpler version of a drip oiler. It's basically just a fancy kind of reservoir here. I'm not 100% familiar with drip oilers. They got that little kind of lever thing up here that I think, you know, maybe turns it on or off, maybe takes it off, who knows, not me. And then you got your sight glass and your metering valve in this area, I think. But like I said, just a fancy reservoir that'll look nice with the machine and hold a little more oil than these things, you know. And like I said, it'll be fun to make, and I think it'll look good. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. I'll start making some chips and see how things go together.